So you get home and your hair is basically laying fairly flat, like there's not a lot of movement to it. Something is not right, okay? And you wanted a haircut that just has more texture, more volume, more lift, and it's just very, very flat. So you can fix this at home. However, you know, anytime you cut your hair yourself, you're doing it at your own risk. I would suggest talk to your professional, maybe go back and tell them something's not right. But unfortunately, there are a lot of hackers out there that just don't know how to cut hair properly, and you're not getting the right haircuts. So if you get home and you're like, it's super flat, I need to fix this, I need some more texture, some more volume, this is what you need to do. So obviously you're going to need a pair of hair cutting shears. Do you have to invest in, you know, some shears that are hundreds and hundreds of dollars? No. I do have my own hair cutting shears, however, at shop.thesalonguy.com, and if you use code YouTube20, you get 20% off. So these are what I use. They're 7-inch shears, and I use these because you can see my logo on them. This length for me is really ideal for a number of things, including what I'm going to show you today. So the first thing you want to do is feel your hair, and this has to be done on dry hair, okay? It has to be done on dry hair. The reason is because when your hair is dry, that's when you can really feel where the weight is and it's at its maximum, you know, volume, right? It's going to really indicate what's going on. Whether there's areas that are too heavy, areas that are too flat, areas that are uneven. So having your hair dry is the first thing you need to have done, okay? Make sure it's blown out, styled fully, it's not a frizzy mess. It's got to look really, really good, like you were going to style it normally before you can even do this, all right? The next thing is, like I mentioned, you have to feel. What are you feeling for? What you're feeling for are areas that just seem out of sync. Whether you're lifting your hair, right, with your hands and you're going like this, and you've got like, you know, one piece that's like uneven, right? You've got pieces that basically say your hair is like this. Okay, this is really short, this is really long. Well, you gotta chop that off to make it even, okay? You have to look and feel. So what you're feeling for, and you're going like this, you're saying, oh, okay, all of this in here is so heavy, there's no texture to it, there's no volume, it's just laying super flat. Once you feel where the problem areas or the trouble areas are, that's when you have to go to work, all right? That's when you become the surgeon. And here's where it gets risky. But I'm going to try to simplify this as much as possible. We'll get nice and close here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I've got my hair cutting shears in through here. And what I would suggest doing if you're new to this is take the hair, okay, and you want to section the hair. I'm just doing my scissors because I'm used to doing this. You want to section the hair with hair clips. I do have hair clips again. These are also on my website. So now I've exposed this one area right in through here, okay? So I can focus on this. All right, this is just laying flat. It needs a bit more texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hands. I'm not even going to use a comb. I'm going to use my hands, and I'm going to come in from underneath, and I'm going to slide up this way. All right, and I'm removing a little bit of extra weight into here, and I'm going to see if that is giving the hair a bit more movement. Well, let's see. Okay, it gave it a little more movement and softness under here. All right, now, if that's not working, then what you can do is you can hold the hair out like this, just like this with your hands, and you can point cut. Point cut just like this towards the ends, and that's going to help break up the solid feeling right there, okay? And also what you can do is you can let the hair fall down like this. So after you get used to it, okay, I'm not taking huge chomps like that. I'm literally using the point of the scissors, and I'm just lightly cutting into the areas that I think are a bit heavy, okay? And then I'm going to extend it back here, and you can see I'm just point cutting, and yeah, you may get some bigger chomps, but that's where the hair is a little bit heavier. So now I'm working my hand, and now, oh, okay, now I'm seeing some more movement. Bring the next section down this way, and we're going to do this section by section. Again, now we're going to feel, and it's going to get heavier and heavier as the hair gets longer. So I'm going to go in on the section on top, and I'm going to do my kind of slide cutting. Now I'm going to do like my point cutting a little bit, and I'm really just feeling for areas that are very, very heavy. All right. Now again, this is a more somewhat advanced technique, but the good thing is that you can experiment with this, and you could also do point cutting like this, where you rake the fingers back and you're just pointing in. So you're getting the shears and you're just lightly cutting on the top surface layer. So as you can see, there's a lot of different techniques and methods you can do to add some more, volume to your hair, some more texture to your hair. Now we're on the top layer. This is personally my favorite method of this when I get to this area, is when I rake my fingers back and I literally just point cut like this. What you don't want to do is go in and make a super chomp and chop all that hair off. Roll the fingers back, use just a thumb, and we're literally just using the points of the shears. And you almost want to do it where you're barely taking a lot of hair off to start, okay? You're barely taking a lot of hair off to start just to get used to the feeling. But each time I'm closing the shear with my thumb, I'm removing little bits and little pieces of hair, which are going to give it much more texture, okay? And it's going to help break that up a bit. And now you can go back in and feel and say, hey, now I'm starting to see that movement I was looking for. Do some slide cutting upwards this way, and just really have some fun and experiment. If you do it properly, you can actually really spend a lot of time doing this and being really creative. But look already what's happened. Look at all that texture we've created in a matter of minutes, as compared to this side, it's just laying super flat. So now when you go to style it, you can, even if you don't use any product, all right, look at all the shape now that we have, and look at all that movement and texture, right, that we didn't have before. And if you do go to style it, it's going to have a lot, it's going to be so much easier to style. If you are interested in learning this type of haircut, you do want to do this on yourself, somebody at home, in the description is a private video course, one video on demand. It's like an hour, 10 minutes long of me doing a step-by-step, in-depth tutorial, giving all my secrets on how to create an amazing layered haircut. And it's only $30. I was charging $100 for it, and I said, you know what? I'll charge 30 bucks, make it a little more accessible to people. And it's in the description below if you want this type of layered haircut. I give away so many secrets in that one video that it's totally worth it. So let me know if you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.